Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Nana Gyesie, transformational coach here at Inner Mileage, where we help folks transform and optimize and heal their lives to their best possible outcome right here, right now. Today we're going to be exploring a very profound topic, a topic that's germane to empaths, which is the alchemy of narcissistic abuse, how generational trauma turns an empath into a spiritual warrior. So it's not just a story about pain, it's a story about alchemy, which is the process of turning lead into gold, suffering into awakening, and victimhood into empowerment. So through the lens of psychology, neuroscience, quantum physics, and so forth, we'll discuss how these experiences are not random, but are pivotal in shaping your destiny. So it's important to understand who the various players are in this cosmic drama. We'll start with the empath. So an empath is one who feels deeply, often to the point of absorbing the emotions of others. And this is both your gift as an empath and also your greatest challenge. And neuroscience explains this through mirror neurons, which heighten your sensitivity to others' emotional states. But being an empath isn't just a neurological quirk. So ancient spiritual texts, like in the Buddhist teachings, describe beings who are awakened through compassion as bodhisattvas, who dedicate their lives to alleviate suffering. And from a psychological perspective, many empaths grow up in chaotic or dysfunctional family systems where their ability to sense and respond to others' needs becomes a survival mechanism. And this isn't a weakness, it's actually the first step in the evolution of you, the empath. Now, let's talk about who the narcissist is. The narcissist, and this is according to all the educational insights out there, as well as personal experience, or the person with narcissistic personality disorder, as described in academic journals, is rooted in deep, unresolved trauma, often from childhood neglect or abuse. And narcissists build a facade of grandiosity to protect their fragile sense of self. Psychologically, they seek control and validation, often targeting empaths because of their openness and emotional depth. And in the quantum realm, this relationship represents a polarity dance between shadow and light, resistance and flow. And this dynamic is as old as humanity itself. I mean, consider Narcissus from Greek mythology, who fell in love with his own reflection. Narcissus' story often serves as a cautionary tale about self-absorption and disconnection from others, which is different from self-love, which is self-appreciation. So when we talk about that, we also have to talk about trauma, which narcissistic abuse is. Generational trauma is often the invisible thread that ties empaths and narcissists together. It's the unresolved emotional pain passed down through family lineages. And in epigenetic research, such as the one done by Dr. Rachel Yehuda on Holocaust survivors, it shows that the trauma can alter gene expression, influencing how descendants process stress. And as an empath, you may carry this inherited pain, but you also carry the ability to transform it. And in fact, psychologist Carl Jung referred to this as the collective unconscious. So by healing yourself, you not only are breaking free, but you're also liberating yourself and liberating your lineage that has gone through this experience. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the dark night of the soul and the experience of narcissistic abuse and how it leads to the awakening process. So typically, narcissistic abuse follows a very, very predictable cycle: love bombing, devaluation, discard, and hoovering. And each stage breaks down your sense of self, leaving you lost and questioning your reality. That's what gaslighting does. And this descent into confusion and pain is what mystics often call the dark night of the soul. In fact, St. John of the Cross described this as a necessary step in spiritual awakening, where the ego dissolves, making space for the true self to emerge. Now, the ego still has utility as in boundaries and protecting you, but no utility as in telling you who you are in the truest sense. And then you think about awakening through pain. It's a bit of a paradox because the same pain designed to destroy you becomes the catalyst for your awakening as an empath. Neuroscience explains this through neuroplasticity, which is how your brain rewires itself after trauma or expands itself based on new and good experiences, for example. Now, through narcissistic abuse, you learn to develop resilience, boundaries, and a profound sense of self-worth. These are the tools of the spiritual warrior. And Asian texts like the Bhagavad Gita illustrate this very beautifully. In fact, Arjuna, the warrior, must face their internal battles before they can fulfill their destiny. Similarly, you're being called to transform your suffering into strength. So we've talked about trauma and the dark night of the soul. Now we talk a little bit about the science behind transformation. So in quantum physics, the observer effect shows that reality shifts based on where we place our attention. As an empath, you have the ability to collapse old timelines or old patterns of trauma and abuse and create new realities. In fact, referencing the work of someone I really respect, Dr. Joe Dispenza, on quantum healing, it demonstrates how changing your thoughts and emotions can alter your energy field, leading to profound personal transformation. So you realize that transformation isn't random. It follows universal patterns. Sacred geometry, like the Fibonacci sequence, reflects the spiral of growth and evolution. Your journey as an empath mirrors these patterns, cycles of pain and healing that lead to higher states of being. Also, chaos theory plays a role here. In fact, the turmoil of narcissistic abuse can feel like chaos, but it's through this disorder that a new, more empowered self emerges. So what's this journey to becoming a spiritual warrior? Well, traits of a spiritual warrior include the courage to face one's shadows, compassion for self and others, discernment to recognize harmful dynamics, and resilience to rise stronger after every fall. And some tools that can really help you develop this spiritual warrior paradigm include something I really recommend: meditation and breath work, because it calms the nervous system and enables one to access higher states of consciousness. There's also somatic healing, whether it's yoga or some other EMDR or similar approach that helps to release trauma stored in the body. Just like that claim work, the body keeps score. And of course, working with a certified coach or licensed mental health professional that use various modalities such as internal family systems and so forth can really help you heal this inner child and move forward. So these are things we do at Inner Mileage, and if we can be of help to you, type transform in the comment section or book a free session at my website at innermileage.com. So as we end this overview, you realize that narcissistic abuse and generational trauma are not the end of your story. They actually are the beginning. They are the fires that forge you into the spiritual warrior you were always meant to be. Remember, pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher, your guide, and your greatest ally in becoming the light worker you're destined to be. If we can be of help, don't forget to reach out. And it's important you realize that this journey, fraught with a lot of pain, is not designed to punish you, but actually to enable you to develop the ability and capabilities to transmute yourself from one paradigm or state to another. So what seems like it's punishing you is actually enabling you to save yourself and to shift your reality, to self-transform. And we can't always do this by ourselves, which is why the work of a coach like myself can be really useful in helping you shift. If this resonates, get in touch, and remember, there's absolutely no one like you. Keep shining. Peace.